Hello and good morning, everyone. Just gonna wait for a few seconds so that others could join us. And please, if you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section. Yeah, so just waiting for another maybe 20 seconds and then I'll get started. Hopefully, others will join us as we go on. Um, how are you all doing? Happy Friday. It's a warm Friday here in Scotland today, and the temperature is 19 degrees, and we are expected to reach 26 degrees today. So yesterday I think we had about 22 degrees yesterday, so which is not bad. We can't complain. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get started. So please, as you come in, like and share as you come in, and I really appreciate it. So, according to my title there, I saw a video yesterday, and it was obviously we're going to be talking about that video of the young Nigerian Igbo man who claimed that tribalism is now the norm in Lagos, and he shared his experience as to why he said that. And I decided to bring this so we could discuss about this because I have an experience of um having lived with Igbo people. My dad used to have mixed ethnicity tenants, and we had about, I think, out of the tenants that my dad had, we had a few that were Igbos and some that were Yoruba. So I'm going to share that experience as well. And also we're going to be talking about everything President Tinubu, how President Tinubu almost got jumped while he was inaugurating a project in Kaduna, and also other news that I've been able to see from last night to this one. We're just going to touch on them briefly because, yes, like I said, I'm a Nigerian, and news that catches my interest, news that I could relate to, news that I felt like in this age and in this modern world, it should not be happening. So, with that being said, like I said, the first video we're going to be talking about is a Nigerian man. So, this young guy, I don't know his name, I just came across this video. It was lamenting on how he has been trying to find an accommodation in an area in Agege, and that they've already paid for this accommodation and that the landlady was nowhere to be seen. And I was like, you've already paid for an accommodation. What are you waiting for the landlady again? Is it not for you to just move in? Or when you were paying for the accommodation, did you not get your keys? So I said, like, so from what it was saying there, it was pretty much saying that, that the lady said, or the landlady said, that she does not want an Igbo person. And this person went on to keep saying that, there's tribalism in Lagos State, there's tribalism in Lagos State. Obviously, me hearing that, it sounds strange to me, and I don't think this is tribalism. Yes, I know I've always said in the past that I've never seen people being tribalistic since after, or maybe before the APC government came in. I've never seen any attitude of tribalism in people that I know, or even on when you see videos on social media. However, since the when APC were canvassing, campaigning, there was a lot of tribalism, okay? And I was like, wow, I've never seen this ever before. Like it's glaring to see. I've never seen up until when they were campaigning for Baba Tinubu. And I know I've heard stories of young single ladies who are trying to rent, and their landlords are like, oh no, we don't want single ladies because when we give our houses to single ladies now, they'll be bringing different men, which I think is just crazy. Because if you've already rented an accommodation to somebody, whatever they chose to do in the accommodation is none of your business, as long as they're not committing crime, as long as they're not hurting anybody. They've paid their rent, you're happy with them. So what is your business with whatever they do with their house? So either they are single or married. Does it change anything? Anyway, guys, let me share my screen with you so we could listen to the video of this guy. So we could listen to the video of this guy, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Please like and share as a comment. I really appreciate it. Okay. So I'm just trying to find that video before I share my screen with you. Okay, guys. So I'm trying to find that video now, and then I will share my screen with you. And also, we're going to be discussing about although maybe that will fall under other news that I found. So let me find the video of this guy. I can't seem to find it now, but okay, I found the video. let me now share my screen with you. Please like and share as a comment. I really appreciate it. So let me share my screen with you guys. Please like and share as a comment. So this is the video of the guy, and he said that according to the whatever it said, Lagos is the most tribalistic state. And then obviously we're going to be reading a couple of comments in here as well, because I really want us. I saw a couple of comments which made me decide to bring this video, and also kind of like share my own experience of living with, obviously in a face my face when I was much younger in my dad's house. So let's listen to the video, okay?
There's a pandemic going on now in Lagos. There's a pandemic going on now in Lagos. Since morning, I've been, me and my friend, we have been house hunting, and we got the place finally that we want. Since morning, we've been waiting for the landlady to come. Only for us to get here, only for us to get here, Omo, she's discriminating. She is saying she don't want Igbo. Meanwhile, we've made payments and we have been here since morning by.
So according to him, you heard him there that he said the landlady says she doesn't want an Igbo person. So this guy claimed that they have already paid. So when they were making their payment, did the woman not know that they were Igbo? And like, what was her? Why did she say she doesn't want Igbo?
At 10 a.m. So does it mean that Igbos don't have a say or have anything to do in Lagos? So Igbos and Yorubas can't live together in the same compound. Tribalism is one of the biggest problems we are facing in this country, and I believe Lagos is the most tribalistic state in the country. Because this is the second time I'm going house hunting, and this same rubbish is happening. The other one, they even said they don't want anybody that is not even Christian. They want the full compound to be Muslim. Now it's Yoruba. So my whole time today, waiting for the woman to come is being wasted. I've not eaten anything. I've not drank anything since morning. There's a pandemic.
So you guys heard what he has to say there. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this is actually, Lagos? That's him saying the whole of Lagos, that Lagos is the most tribalistic state. And I don't like the fact that it's generalizing the entire Lagos. Hello, Princess, how are you? So him generalizing all of Lagos as tribalistic, I don't want to agree with him. And so he also made an emphasis to another video where he said this is another Yoruba landlord wanted everybody in the compound to be a Muslim. Like I said, this is the first time I'm hearing this. Like I said in the beginning there, I did know of landlords saying they don't want single female as tenants. And I know that some of those landlords, they are just looking for their own, shady ass or something. But him saying that the whole of Lagos is tribalistic, I don't want to agree with him. Princess Mida says, sorry, bro. No, said, people are just tribal by gods. It is really sad. Tribalism at the bottom, but the officials at the top are friends. It's quite sad. CSS, some Igbos allegedly had their house demolished in Lagos. So let's read some of the comments, and then I'm going to share my experience of my dad having an Igbo person as a tenant. Okay. So some people here said, so from the comments in here, people are actually justifying the acts of that landlady. So this person said, my landlady will be Igbo safe, no fit accommodate Igbo as tenants. Obviously, people were like, I can imagine that. And somebody said, where you are a liar, tribalistic laws, you guys can't change. And somebody said, we are not Yoruba people. Our family house we rent is in Port Harcourt, but we stopped giving Igbos house since 15 years ago because of our bitter experience with them. It's very sad. It's very bad conspiracy. So obviously, this person is claiming that due to their experience of having an Igbo tenant. And somebody has said, waiting them do my papa no be small. My papa no fit give them apartment again. So this is another person speaking against the fact that reason why some people might not want to rent out to an Igbo person. And then this person said, I hate you when Igbos gaslight to call Yoruba tribalistic. The Yorubas are the most accommodating indigenous people on earth, to the extent they will ask their children to leave their bed to accommodate strangers they don't know from Adam. It is not your fault at all. It is the Yorubas that don't know their value of their Yoruba sovereign country, and they don't understand the destruction of one Nigeria has caused the Yorubas. Igbo has taken over our cities, Fulani has taken over, blah, blah, blah. I don't really think I should continue reading this person's comment. So another person here said, as a landlady myself, I know if you give them house. This is person saying that as a landlady herself, she can't rent a house to an Igbo person. All their family members, like 200, will dominate your house. Sorry, bro. I've seen that happen in other places, okay? But it's not enough reason for you to say you don't want to rent out your house. They are paying your rent as long as they are meeting all of the requirements, like, okay, money for cleaning, money for sweeping. If they like, let 100 of them live in your house. And I know it's people say, oh, it's easier said than done. How can you rent out a 2-bedroom to somebody and 50 people are coming to live in there? As a matter is in my own in my own opinion, if that happens, you just need to call the person where you carry house give and say, come, when you came to rent, it was just the two of you. Why do you suddenly have 20 people living with you? It's either you ask these people to leave, or I terminate your contract. It's easy. Is that not what should happening? So you're now saying that they don't want to rent to you because you are Igbo. I just don't think it's fair. I don't think it is fair, because even those of you who own houses in Lagos today, you all started somewhere. You all started as a tenant somewhere. So if the kind of attitude you're now showing to the Igbos was what you went through yourself, you won't become a landlord today. Guys, please like this live stream as you come in. NA said, no, it is not all of Lagos. Exactly. It's just like, I think this is just like individual attitude, into individual behavior. Okay. So I just think that it is based on individual. Exactly. I am an Igbo person, but I have a liberal mindset that cuts across ethnic ties. NO Consul saying, instead of Nigerians to focus on the economic issue, they rather prefer to place to it. Exactly. So it's so sad that I know we are like the same color. Yes, we might have different tongues. English is one language that brings us all together. Apart from the fact that we are Nigerians, we are all together. But then one language that we speak, which we speak and we understand one another, we should not allow, like, simple, like, dirty stuff like this or unnecessary stuff like this to now tear us apart. Like I was saying earlier on, that those people, it is not a Lagos thing. That was why I said that I do not agree with him trying to paint the entire Lagos like tribal. This is like an individual thing. The thing where me, I be landlord, fit take another landlord, no fee accept them. And does that make an entire Ijebu people or an entire Yoruba people tribalistic? No. I do feel for him, obviously, because I'm sure he came to hustle in Lagos, okay? But it's sad. CA said, what are the differences between tribalism and racism? Which one is worse to experience in either Nigeria or diaspora? For me, obviously, tribalism, you are in Nigeria, so tribalism often happens among tribes, right? This tribalism thing, maybe I should not call it tribalism. It does happen here in diaspora. When a Scottish man go to London, to England, you need to see the way English people will treat Scottish people. And Scottish people, they don't send your papa, they go away, they do their thing. Have you heard when a Scottish person speaks, the English that a Scottish person speaks is different from how an English person speaks? And yes, I've seen how, an English person was like making fun of a Scottish man because of their accent. So either it's not good, okay? Either it's not good. For me, racism, I know I'm in a society where law abides, and if such ever happens to me, I can always take it up with the law. I don't need to be shouting or fighting with anybody. But if this were to happen in Nigeria, in this instance, tribalism, who is going to fight for you? What law is going to fight for you? Even though it should not be happening, but what law is going to fight for you, which makes it even more painful, okay? Princess says some landlord do that. Yes. Hello, good morning. No, I know you're already dropping your points before we all say good morning. Hello, Hoji. Hey, how are you? So, like I said, let's go back to reading some comment, and then I will share my experience as well, because, like I said, my dad used to own a house where it was a face my face, and there were lots of tenants there. So, let's read a couple more comments, and then I will share my experience, and I will let you know how I feel in regards to that, and then we'll move on. And then this person said, Uncle, you say pandemic. How? If this is happening in the whole of Lagos, exactly as you said, then it's possible you and your friends won't even be house hunting in the first place. Exactly. That was why I said I do not agree with him classifying the entire Lagos as tribalistic. So are you saying all the Igbos at Alaba and the ones selling shoe materials at Mushin and all others like Ugu sellers are all living in their own houses or Igbo rented compounds. Uncle, don't just come on social media and start spilling what is not just because you had an encounter with half persons that probably had bad experience with their old tenants. Obviously, if an individual decide that, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, it's based on their experiences. It's not a matter of, it's now a norm. In fact, I saw a post. I don't know why I did not save that post. They were now saying that some landlords in Nigeria now are alleging that if you don't belong to APC, you cannot rent from them. Like, they will not rent their accommodation to you. That they will ask you, you be APC. If you don't be APC, we know they rent for you. I'm yet to see a legit article writing that. I actually saw that as a title on somebody else's video, but that video is about 4 hours, and I'm like, no, I'm not sitting down to watch 4 hours, okay? But I'm still searching to see an article where that's actually been reported, but I'm just going to treat it as a hearsay for now. So people, like I said in the comment, people are like, no, this is not a matter of Lagos being tribalistic. And in my own opinion, I believe this is just a person and an individual thing, okay? Just like this person said that, how about people that are in Alaba, Mushin, do they own Alaba market and stuff like that? Okay, so somebody else said Lagos is not tribalistic, or Lagos will fit accommodate like and somebody also said my friend got a house paid and they returned our money after 2 weeks because the Igbo landlord doesn't want a Yoruba. See, vice versa. And like I said, this is an individual thing. It is not a matter of Lagos being tribalistic at all. It's not about that. Somebody also said you don't need to post it online because this isn't a new thing. All you need to do is to get your full refund and look for another house. Some of these posts are sponsored propaganda. That's another angle I did not think of. Okay, so I've read a couple of comments that you guys already saw what our uncle was saying. So now let me read a couple more comments from you guys, and then I will share my experience as one of my, obviously experiencing one of my dad's tenants. Okay. OJ is saying hello to everybody. NO said it is just life. People should look at Otumba Balogun and Alex Ekweme during the WA war. Otumba looked after his property and rented it out. When Alex came back from the war, Otumba handed him rent and pay. Oh wow, that's interesting. CA said, check out the story of Paul Onwuwanibe, an Igbo businessman who talks about losing $30 million invested in Landmark Beach. I heard that story. And by who confiscated his property, who confiscated his land in Lagos motorway. You know what? This is not what we are discussing here today. I'm only discussing the fact that somebody's trying to rent. I'm not about Igbo businesses being destroyed. That is not what this is all about, okay? I don't want a situation whereby we are now saying what we should not be saying. I've heard that story, okay? And if Lagos State are saying that the building was built on a Lagos motorway, I think there's a lesson for each and everyone to learn before, when you're buying a property, before you start to construct, there's a way you can find whatever plan for that area is. It costs money. Either you go to Secretariat to go and find out. Like me, myself and my husband, we are landlords in Ibadan. We have properties in Ibadan, and each of the properties we owned, we've paid the extra money to go to, I think, their local government area, to go and look at the area of that map, the map of that area. In fact, there was a property that was advertised to us about 2 years ago. One of our friends was like, you know what, before you guys go ahead with this purchase, let me quickly contact somebody. And yes, we found out that where that land is, there's a plan for a railway to go across that land at some point in the nearest future. Assuming because we saw that, because that area is developing now, we want to buy that property. Assuming we did not do that extra check, we will have bought the land, started our construction on it, and then maybe 5 or 10 years later, they will come and put a demolition X on the building saying, oh, you have built on a railway. So I think this story of this Paul Onwuwanibe, it's not about an Igbo person here. There are lots of other people, other tribes whose business are being disrupted in Nigeria or even in Lagos. So I don't want us to start this talk of tribalism. Okay, this is a guy who came here to say, oh, his landlord doesn't want to rent to him because he's an Igbo person. And you guys read from the comment I saw earlier on that people were like, there's experiences. Lagos in itself is not tribalistic. If somebody is saying, I don't want to do this, it's an individual thing. So don't put it down to an entire Lagos, and don't put it down to a certain tribe. In this instance, oh, Yorubas are tribalistic because the landlord said, I don't want an Igbo person in my house. So with that being said, even while being in Scotland here, I have had a terrible experience of renting to a Muslim, a Yoruba Muslim in Glasgow, which we are still dealing with that issue now. So now, if I ever buy my own property that I want to rent in the UK, do you think I will rent my house to a Nigerian Muslim? No. Does that make me tribalistic? No, because I'm Yoruba, is Yoruba. that make me rent my house to an Igbo Muslim? No, because for that person to have dealt me that kind of attitude, you would have thought that, okay, now this is not me being tribalistic or trying to say, oh, Muslims are this, Christians are that. No, but you will think that we speak the same dialect, we come from the same place, and you decide to put me into trouble by calling the police. And then there's a video, if I was going to do that video separately. So it's based on people's individual experience. It is not about Lagos being tribalistic. I agree with it or you drop it. Okay. But with this case of this person, it's a lesson, and I think we should all learn from it. All right. Guys, please like this live stream as you come in. No, sir, people have ignorant mindset. People should learn from the Jews and Arabs. They do business. So, good morning, Happy. How are you? Happy Friday. No, said it is not everything people should post. Why post everything? Well, that's, I mean, like I said, when I saw the video, it just took my memory back to where single ladies will have, oh, I tried to rent, my landlord said they don't want single women. And that's not the first time. I've heard that even before I left Nigeria, that some landlords don't like renting to young female, I mean, single ladies. They were like, oh, when you rent to them now every day they're going to bring different men. Every day they're going to bring come, if they bring different men to the house, they've already paid you. What's your business? Do you know what business they do with the different men? So they've already paid you rent. Whatever the activity involves, it's none of your bloody business. So if you're not happy with the fact that they're bringing men every day, maybe ask them to leave. RJ said it's because it was an Igbo person whose business was destroyed. That's why you don't want to talk about it. See, that's what we're talking about here. Like I said, now I've just spoken about it, and I said it's a lesson for everybody. And I've just shared an experience of me trying to buy a landed property in a, obviously, and I was like, no, I'm going to do, somebody said, do an extra check. Don't say because that area is going to develop, it's going to bring a good business to you, you just want to go out. Our plan was to build an hostel because yes, there's University of Ibadan, there's Polytechnic of Ibadan, students are looking to rent accommodation. So we're like, oh, it's an area that's going to develop, we'll make money there. And our family friend were like, no, hold on, before you guys go ahead with this property, let me quickly do a quick check. And then he made a phone call, and we're told that in 2 days' time we'll find out. And in 2 days' time, yeah, we were told that area, there's a railroad is going to be built along that road. So assuming we've gone on and build, maybe we've gone on to build maybe 12 multi-story building student accommodation, that building will probably be demolished, and yes, we will not get any compensation for it. So RG, I think you should rethink your comment there, okay? Hello, Joy, how are you? Abby said, my own about the landmark issues, I don't even care about the tribe. It's me or me. Exactly. People just, yeah, because it's Igbo, because it's Yoruba. Now, they start talking about tribe. Like that's why I say, you know what, there's a lesson to learn when you buy a land. Even now, as I'm sitting down here, there's a property in, where is it called? Lekki. Is a new area. Trust me, before I say that I want to start building, I'm still going to go and do the whatever. Like, come, what is the future plan for this area? And I will believe that these are the checks that those who sell property, who sell lands, they've done. But you can do that extra check yourself to give yourself peace of mind. It's not everything. When we say anything happening between Yoruba and Igbo, now it is tribe. But this case is an individual thing. It's an individual thing. Abby said the issue here is that demolished landmark only to not be able to build the roads because all the communication companies have exactly. Lagos government couldn't do their own checks before that demolition. You all know how Lagos is. We all know how Nigeria is. You all know how Lagos is when it comes to, like, you know, properties. And we've seen other people, we've seen other houses where you look at the back of that people, they've built a luxurious house, then you look at the back and there's like a dirty swamp behind them, their house. Do they not know that swamp is already there and they went to go and build? So now I think I saw a post that they're about to even demolish the house as well. So somebody sold you a land that is just on the side of it, like a swamp area, and you went to build there. In my own opinion, if I was advertised such land, I will take like extra steps before I even paid for it. Talk more, build on it. CA said, I recall you once spoke on some issues and experience renting out. Yes. So it depends on. In fact, there is another one again. And this one is a Yoruba Muslim. This person doesn't, one parent. Yes, you are new in the UK. You are just barely 2 years in the UK. And when they came asking for us to rent them, they were begging. They were using Allah. Or they were praying to rent the accommodation. So we eventually rent the accommodation for them. And yes, people sublet a lot. And if you're going to rent from somebody else, they will charge you twice because you are not directly renting from the landlord. And the rent is paying is even nothing compared to if you want to go and rent a 2-bedroom from Rightmove. In Glasgow, if you want to rent a 2-bedroom from a private landlord, you'll be paying nothing less than £1,500 every month, excluding council tax. But where these people are living now, they don't even pay up to that. They don't pay council tax, including electricity. Now, when we realize that no, they are troublesome people, we ask them to leave. Oh, we will leave. In fact, my husband made a mistake of even giving them his own personal information to go register with the local housing association. And I'm like, why did you do that? What did you do that for? What did you do that for? We were like, oh, because I wanted them to be able to move quickly out of there because it was meant to be a temporary thing. Okay, rent to them for 3 months. Within 3 months, try and find another accommodation. Now, this guy has gone back, contacting the owner of accommodation, the landlord, saying, oh, I'm renting from you, I'm paying you. In fact, it's now a matter of police. And the landlord is saying, oh, you should not be sublet. People sublet a lot in London. If you go to a 4-bedroom flat in London, 8 people could be living in there. So it's no big deal that, yeah, maybe it was a wrong thing that the landlord was not told that they were subletting. But now this guy is now at the stage whereby you can't even evict him. We can't evict him. So we are having to go through a lawyer to try and evict him. And it's now faking mental health. I'm like, come, this your mental health will not grant you asylum. Me, I will ensure to you don't get asylum in this UK because there's nothing wrong with you. He now has this crazy hair. His mustache is like that. And I'm like, when your sister in London was begging that we should allow you guys stay, we were like, all right, okay, because you've got children. So with that experience, would I ever want to rent out my flat to a Nigerian Muslim? Hell no. I will not. What does that make me? It makes me nothing because I'm asking based on my experience. Let's move on from this. No said, RG, please calm down. It is based on individual experience. I have had experience with the good, the bad, and the ugly from different tribes. There is always a lesson to learn. This person out of my channel, no, I don't need you here. I don't need people whose mind are, Habit said, however, sometimes subconsciously we make statements and decisions rooted in tribalism. I agree with you, Abby. No, you're doing great job. God, but thank you, Eno. Abby, my own is even the developers should follow process. Can you build an extension in your own garden? Exactly, you can't do that. You need to get permission before you do that. No, you can't, even in your own house. Exactly. The issue here is a lack of process. No citizen should be going out of their way to find anything out. True, but no, the kind of country we are, if you don't do it, the government will come and say, oh, why did you not do that? They will make it your fault. They will make it your fault. Oh, why did you not do that? When ideally, they should have been the ones to make that information clear and available for you. But then you've gone ahead with the information you've been provided with, you've built, and then they're like, oh, why did you not carry out that check? Why did you not carry out that check? CA said, regarding the landmark beach issue, that motorway was even cancelled and rerouted to a different area. The beach employed lots of people and side businesses regardless of tribe. Yeah, a lot of businesses were, I definitely understand, and it's a shame because at the end of the day, just like CA said, that motorway was even rerouted. So what would not happen? They've already demolished somebody else's business. How are they going to compensate that person? Eno said, it is beyond Allah and God. It is about character. Thank you. So I'm going to quickly. So that's one experience that I'm currently going through now in Glasgow with one of our tenants. And I'm like, come, if I ever have to rent, if we were able to get him out, I will never, ever, ever rent to a Yoruba Muslim again, ever. And that does not mean that I dislike my Muslim friends. That does not mean that I dislike Yoruba people. No. It's just that anything, I am in diaspora, anything that's going to cost me while I've lived in this country for 20 years, I've never entered court to go do case for anybody. Anything that's going to drag me to the court to go and be doing case with a fellow Nigerian, I want to avoid it, and God forbid. So my experience of being in Nigeria, my dad being a tenant, being a landlord, okay, I was about 15, 16 years old, and we had a tenant. And this tenant, I believe, is an Igbo person because he always like, oh, I go east, I'm going to east. So he was like a security officer. All the security in the supermarket and in Nigeria, that because it often was this cream uniform. So it's like a security guard or something. So he's been living at our place in my dad's house for about maybe a year or two. And then suddenly one day, we're like, oh, he's going to the east. He went away and he came back with a young lady. So that girl, looking at her then, maybe she'll be between the ages of 18 or 19 because she looked matured. And then for me, I was thinking maybe I should be maybe between the age of 15 or 16, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, most of my dad's tenants there were all Yorubas. Okay. they were all majority before this man moved in. They were all Yorubas. I believe he was the only Igbo I ever knew that my dad had as a tenant, or had as a tenant. So he brought this young lady, and obviously, I could relate to the girl because she's much. I think obviously because she's a young lady. Yes, I think she's much older than I was then. So she was fine. I was going to school then. We would sit down together. Her English is not that good. Maybe she speaks a little bit of English. And then I spent most of my time with her because then I don't have any, in the community, there's not really a lot. So we do most things together. She cooks a lot and I'll sit with her to cook. My mom had a shop, then we'll sit together and do all of these things. So fast forward to like maybe a few months after, everybody will just wake up from our sleep, cries. And we all come out to the hall, we're like, what's going on? My papa want to knock me. My papa want to knock me. At some point, when the first night that event happened, we were like, but you thought say you be in daughter now. What's it be in one knock you? Everybody, all the neighbors, tenants, they all came out that morning, early morning. She had a wrapper tied on her chest. And her dad was renting a room at parlor. So when she came with the my papa want knock me, now because I no agree, he won't buy me, now he make me run out. So everybody was outside their door like, knock you. But you are his daughter. How we want to take knock you? That was the question. Obviously, I was a 15-year-old girl. And I was just like, boy, he's your dad. What's going on? I was just looking because, I don't understand. So that kind of went to people were like, oh, we should not listen to him. We should not listen to her. She's just being naughty. I was advising her on what to do and she wouldn't listen. That was what the man was saying. So everybody was like, because people were like, it's strange that a man would want to validate his own daughter. So it kept happening every other time, and this girl will run away. Few weeks again, she will come back. They'll be fine. And few weeks again, she will run away. She will come back. There'll be bass. My papa won't knock me. My papa won't knock me. Then one day, so that's like maybe the girl's been living there for about almost a year now, and that man almost maybe 3 years in our building. And then this girl, she was crying, and I saw her. It was like a Saturday afternoon. And like, what's going on? She was like, see, I'm telling you, every night I know they sleep because my papa won't knock me. And I'm like, come, it doesn't make sense. How can your father want to knock you? And she was like, oh, do you know all the time where they run come off for house? Because I won't run. It seems what she was saying to me was that she has a boyfriend that she would rather go live with, but her dad does not want us to go and live with that boyfriend. And I'm like, okay, maybe tell him that you don't want to live with him anymore. But being an Igbo man, I don't know. So the girl like, she wants to run away. And I'm like, well, nobody the first time they run away for house business. If whatever I want to do, that's your business. It's not my own business. So obviously she told me, and she was like, oh, can you escort me to the bus stop? So I walked with her to the bus stop. She left. Then the father came back from work about maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon. He went, and maybe the girl wrote a letter, I don't know. And then obviously because the man knew that most of the time we do things together, we sit down together, we go to the shop together, we go fetch water, we do things together. The man came to ask me, did I see his daughter? And I'm like, well, your daughter told me that she was running away. Being a 15-year-old person then I was like, well, she told me that she was running away, that she doesn't want to live with you anymore because she wants to Nakademus her. Me, I was just saying that I think she has run away. She told me she was running away. Do you know what this man did? This man went to the police station. And anytime any tenants have any issues with him, he's always threatening with, I will arrest you. I will go to the police station. I will arrest you. And this time, my dad just often takes himself away from it. As long as he does not involve him, my dad just takes himself away. He just wants the person way if he speaks Yoruba to understand, like, no one needs to calm down with this man, blah, blah, blah. That's what my dad does. My dad avoids any tenant issues. This man went to the police station, called the police. They came to arrest me. A 15-year-old, they came to arrest me because I told him that, come, your daughter said she was running away. The man went to the police station to get me arrested. So, obviously, when the police came, tenants were around. They were like, what did this girl do now? This is that. Waiting be our own. This is that. So, my dad got back from work. They told my dad. My dad came to the police station. And that was where the police were like, hey, this man talks, say, your picking tell us in what became wrong. My dad was like, okay. They are young children. They talk, they do things together. So because my daughter said your daughter said she was running away, does that mean that my daughter say make your daughter run away? Besides, nobody the first time where your daughter done the wrong come off for our business. But by the way, did you tell police say your daughter they always talk say you want Academus are? Because my dad was mad. My dad was upset that you arrested my own daughter. Say, what happened? So at the end of the day, when my dad, I told them what happened. I told my dad what happened. My dad was mad at the fact that I even used my mouth to tell him that his daughter said she was running away. My daughter was like, "Oh, bon, you don't get brain, you don't get sense." Even if that was what his daughter told you, is it your business to tell him that? My dad was mad. In fact, I chopped correct slap for my dad and daddy at the police station. So at the end of the day, the police let me go. When we got home that day, my dad told him, the man straight away, that come on Monday, I am going to the court and you are leaving my house. The fact that you arrested my daughter, the fact that nobody today that all the tenants know say your daughter they always they fight you, she thought say you want academics are. And truly, my dad went to the court, got him a letter to leave. This man stayed on in our house for another 8 months because he didn't want to leave. He did not want to leave. Eventually, he traveled home and he came back, and this man looked like a bunga fish. It was so thin. What happened? That girl died. We don't know what happened. He just came back and said, his daughter died. We don't know what happened. But then the man came back. He looked like a bunga fish. It was so thin. And we're like, what's going on? And I think the fear of my dad was that, come, I don't want this man to buy in my house. If this man buy in my house now, well, I don't know his people. I don't know his family. So it took another 8 months. And that 8 months, my dad had to break this door open, take his stuff out. And that was how we were able to get rid of him. With that experience, with me being a child then, with that experience, made me want to rent my house to an Igbo person. My dad went on to have even further Igbo tenants because even that experience did not stop him from even renting his house to an Igbo person. But if another Nigerian person or Yoruba person have such experience in Nigeria, it's more than enough for them to say, no, I don't want to rent my house to an Igbo person. So it's an individual thing. This is not a Lagos thing or a Yoruba thing. So let us be remaining guided in terms of what we say, okay? And like I said in the comments, people in the comment were like, Igbo people, and this is not me saying, this is what people are saying in the comment, that when Igbos rent an accommodation, they often bring people a lot. Like 2 people rent a 2-bedroom or or an apartment, and then 10 people are living in there. I don't know how true that is, but from the comments in the comment section, that's what people are saying. But why I've brought it so is the fact that I don't think this is a Lagos tribalistic issue thing. It's an individual thing. Just like I'm saying now that I will never, even if I ever go back to Nigeria, I will never rent my house to a Yoruba Muslim person. That's just my own individual opinion and what I would do due to my experience of dealing with them here in diaspora. So I'm going to read your comment and then we'll move on to the next topic here. Guys, I'm rushing this title because I'm rushing this video because I've already spent over half an hour on one topic there. I'm trying to see where I stopped the comment. So CSL regarding the landmark based situation, that motorway, okay, I've already read that. Abby said, CA, thank you. It's not just about the businessman, it's about the fact that they created employment. Yes, it's the fact that there's no beach that's as affordable anymore in Lagos. Yes, and I saw the structure. I saw the business area. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I don't know how I don't even know how much you'll be able to compensate that man with, but that's Nigeria for you. Abby said, beach that should be part of nature. With Nigeria, you pay for everything. Now, so everything in Lagos, their money. Do you know how much it is to go to the private beaches in Ilashe? Really? I almost went to Ilashe when I was in Lagos the last time, but my sister just jones me. She left me. Eno said, avoid overzealous. Exactly. When people are coming to you with religion, avoid people like that. Oh, may God this, may Jehovah this, don't let them use that to coelho me obeje. Don't let no. Put the video. If anybody you are trying to offer them a favor, you're trying to do any business with them, and they're coming at you with Jehovah, their spirit coco. No, run away from them because they are devilish. They are incarnate of devil. They can be very pretentious. Exactly. Abe said, with that logic, non-Nigerians would Nigerians. Happy with that logic, non-Nigerians should. With that logic, non-Nigerians would Nigerians because we are all frauds. Abby, I don't understand this comment. Hello, Francisca, how are you? Right. So our Igbo brother, I'm sorry this happened to you, but this is not who Lagosians are, okay? And I hope that you are able to find an accommodation in an area that you love. I wouldn't think this is a Lagos thingy, and I wouldn't say this is a Yoruba thing. It's just like an individual thing, and this is based on people's experiences. So you can't really say, or you can't really fault people at times when they decide to do things differently, and you might be surprised that the way they reacted was just based on their experience, on their personal experience. So sorry that that happened to you, and I hope you're able to find an accommodation somewhere. So with that being said, let's dive into Baba Tinubu. I saw a post of Baba Tinubu almost being jumped. Yes, somebody almost jumped Baba Tinubu. Let me share my screen with you guys. Somebody almost jumped our father and the president. Baba in Kaduna, he was almost jumped. Let me find that video. Guys, like the live stream for me, please. CA said, even in diaspora, some Nigerians use each other as stepping stones and take advantage. In fact, there was a video I saw. Like I said, I was going to discuss that video in another video, actually. It was a landlady. I think she has an accommodation where she lives in that accommodation, and then she rented maybe a couple of rooms out to the people. And I think she was dealing with Ghanaian people, maybe Ghanaian and Nigerians. And she was complaining about the fact that they cook a lot and they use a lot of electricity. And yes, I know how that feels. Me in here, I don't cook every day. I have a pay-as-you-go meter because I'm still renting. If I were to be living in my own accommodation, I would do a monthly thing that I can use electricity as I want, and then I get a monthly bill. Me living in a flat, in a 3-bedroom flat with 7 of us, me with 6 of us, my electricity weekly, it's summer now, the weather is warm. My electricity weekly is £50. And that is excluding me cooking every day. I don't wash clothes every day. I don't use a tumble dryer. £50. In fact, I go above £50 a week. Okay. If I now had when I was cooking a lot, washing clothes, and winter is about £100 a month. So this lady was now complaining that, oh, they cook a lot, that they're wasting electricity, blah blah this, blah 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 that. And these people now, the people who were obviously a tenant, now called the police. And the police obviously was listening to I don't know, I don't have that video here. I will have shared it with you guys. And the people now phoned the police, and the woman was now explaining. And I could understand where that woman was coming from. And people were saying in the comment section that Ghana people, they can cook, cook beans for 20 hours. And I'm like, I understand what this woman was saying. So obviously she's rented this accommodation out. Electricity, you can never really gauge how much electricity people are going to use. And if she's complaining that users are using a lot of electricity, on a normal day, if she doesn't really want them to continue there, she'll have asked them to leave or add more money to their rent to cover the extra electricity. But this guy, he was happy. Now filming, saying, this, that. And I had to drop a comment there that, come, these are people like you who make things difficult for other people who are coming in. If you want to rent an accommodation now, if you're a Sheshe Day, you just arrived in the abroad, and you want to rent an accommodation, mostly you rent privately because you will not be able to rent from the local housing, except a council tenant sublet their flats to you. If you arrive in Nigeria if you arrive into the UK from Nigeria today, you will not be able to rent from the local housing association. That is a fact. Okay. And if somebody is renting out a flat to you and they are living there, they are probably renting from the local housing as well, and they are subletting a room or two to you. So if you want to rent from a private housing, from a private landlord, those who already bought their house and they're now renting it out, they will ask you to bring 6 months rent. They will ask you to bring 2 months rent, 6-month deposit, and a guarantor who is registered, settled here, indefinitely live to remain. If you're not able to show those requirements, they will not rent to you. Before, it was never ever like this. And I want to be like, because of people like this in that video that I saw, that things have gone that way. And yes, you hear Nigerians saying, where did I want to see 6-month deposit? You can imagine you are renting a 2-bedroom for 1,700, even 1,500 pounds. If I go to Rightmove now, I will show you how much 2-bedroom rent is on Rightmove. In fact, let's do that while we are here, so that people are not saying that, oh, what you're saying is not the right thing, blah blah blah. This is that. G20 to rent. Hold on. Let me do Glasgow. To rent. I'm trying to do something though. Let me share my screen now, so you have an idea of what rent. Hello, Monica. Welcome. How are you? Right move. So obviously this is a big accommodation. So this is a 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom house. Can you guys see the cost there? Obviously that's going for something big. You are practically paying on £807 per week. So if you're a family of 5 and you want to rent a 3-bedroom house, you're going to be paying 3,400, almost 3,500 per calendar month. Okay, this is another flat here. This is a 2-bedroom flat in a 3-story building. 1,700 per calendar month. And you can imagine the landlord is now asking you to pay 6 months deposit, 2 months rent, and bring a guarantor. Times 1,700 times 6. Do you have that money? As Sheshide that just arrived into Glasgow or into London. This is another bedroom, 2-bedroom flat or 3-bedroom. This is a flat, £1,460. Meanwhile, a 2-bedroom flat normally, if you're renting from a local housing like a council, you probably be paying. If you're living in a 3-bedroom, you probably be paying maybe £550 every month. But if you go and rent from private, just like the ones you're seeing on the screen here, you're paying triple fold or even 4-fold of what the local housing is charging you. So somebody who is now living in a council house, who now has an extra bedroom, now decides to sublet 1 bedroom to you at maybe a fraction of what you're seeing on the screen. You now think that, I will use the electricity anyhow. Those are the kind of people that are making things difficult for people. I hope I've been able to pass my emotion across. Anyway, guys, let us go and talk about Baba Tinubu, okay? Let me share my screen. Hello, welcome, everybody. I see you here. Like and share this live stream for me, please. Like, and share. So let's go on discuss Baba Tinubu. Like I said, Baba Tinubu was almost jumped. Security breach. Tinubu freezes as bodyguards scrambled over intruder in Kaduna. It was unclear who the individual was and what his motive was for approaching the stage where the Nigerian president was delivering a speech. So that's that. I'm trying to find the video actually. I'm trying to find the video. I'm sure I saved it. Hold on, let me go to where I think it might be. Guys, like this live stream for me. I don't know what I've done with that video. I definitely saved it.
Because it was not announced.
I definitely saved it. Let me go to someone's page. So that's the video there. Who tried to
as providing them with skill and opportunity to excel.
Abby, what you Abby said Scotland is far. If you travel by road, it's far now. Can people just treat people just out? Exactly. Yeah. Abby said, I'm in Newcastle for work. All right, okay. Just found that it's only an hour. Yes, so it's not far now. By flight, Scotland to London is an hour 15 minutes. York is far, Abby. Yeah, York is far. Newcastle, yeah, it's actually far. Just found it's only an hour. Yes, so took 5 hours from. Did you took the train? Did you take the train? Did you take the train? If you are traveling distance like that, flight is the best thing for you, Abby. Anyway, okay, let's listen to what Baba. So we don't know who tried to attack Baba, who tried to jump Baba Kudubu, but let's watch.
As providing them with skill and opportunity to excel.
Baba was shocked, but then Baba composed himself. So we don't know who tried to attack Baba. We don't know who tried to attack Baba, but with that being said, there's other videos I wanted to share with you guys. Let me go get that page again. There's a lot still going on today, guys. There's a lot still going on in terms of obviously Benue and all of these things. Nothing has been resolved yet, and I'm going to be sharing them as I go. So this section, I'm just going to be discussing pretty much everything that has been happening since Tinubu and that act that happened in Benue. So Isaac Fayoshe said he has ideas of how to fix Nigeria. Oh, I'm not sharing. Sorry, guys. Let me share my screen with you. Hello, Cindy Manuel. Welcome. So Isaac Fayoshe said he knows four quick ways to fix Nigeria.
Back on the right track. Four. Local government autonomy must stay. President must find a way to make sure this local government autonomy stays, forces down the throats of the governors. Make sure there is local government, functional local government system. Call all the 774 local government chairmen. I've been saying this. Have a meeting with them. They are useful. Have a meeting with them. We re-strengthen those local governments. They will have access to you directly as a president. Number two, stop governors from spending unnecessary money. If you don't have a house to rule the state from, manage the government house you have for now.
I agree with him.
Because people are hungry, you are fixing government houses. That's selfishness. And selfishness is a sin. Stop them from spending money on unnecessary projects. Don't wait for them to finish after 4 years or 8 years. You now arrest them. They've spent the money, they've transferred it abroad. The money is already gone. Don't wait till after their tenure to now start arresting. Stop it now.
I agree with him, guys. Guys, what do you think? What do you think about what he's saying here? I think it's making sense. I agree with him.
Number three, empowerment. Look for 20,000 people in different states. Give them 3 million to support their business, to help their business. Empowerment, youth empowerment will go a long way. It will stop Ebin Pami. It will reduce Ebin Pami a lot. Look at National Assembly. They padded our budget with 1.7 trillion. That 1.7 trillion, do you know what it can do when you push it out to the youths? It will help the economy. Number 4, state police. When there is no state police, we will keep going back to Benue. We will keep going back to Plateau.
Yes.
We will keep going back to Kogi. We will keep going back to Katsina. State police will solve a lot of problems. Make sure they pass it and make it happen. State police, we can't do anything. I know here, Chief of Army Staff is saying, Chief of Defense Staff is saying, let's fence our country. Yes, it is a long time project. But before we fence the country, we have to have state police. State police will solve 80% of our security problem. I come in peace. Have a good day.
Guys, what do you think about what he said?
Our government.
What do you guys think about what he said? I think what he said there made sense, okay? What he said there made sense. I mean, which of the governors in Nigeria do not have their own house? Which of them do not have their own house? And if they don't have their own, let them live in the state out that the government has provided for them. Okay, and also it makes sense that he's asking that all these governments that are doing projects, don't wait until they have finished their time before you now start to investigate them. Investigate them while they are still in office, so that when they chop money, you can easily, track them down and get them arrested. Look at the case of Baba Yahaya Bello now. It was after his tenure as a governor. Now they are now coming to say this. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But guys, if you're watching the video back, let me know what you think about what Isaac Fayoshe said there. And then in other news, I found this video of Pastor Paul Eneche publicly rejecting 30 million naira donation by a state governor for his crusade. You guys know how Very Dark Man has been going hard on him and a couple other pastors. But I saw this video and I was like, why is the state governor giving him his church 30 million naira? Why did he reject it? Guys, if you know this story, let me know in the comment section. But let's watch the video, okay?
His Excellency Dr. Nasser Idris Abdullah Ngondu, a faithful governor.
The volume is not that great.
And also a comrade governor, which you all know he is the only a comrade governor in this country. He has therefore graciously approved the donation of the sum of 30 million naira to this gathering. That is to the organizing committee. No. His Excellency has approved this donation of sum of 30 million naira to the organizing committee, which you know that whenever His Excellency made a donation, he don't leave without bringing that donation in cash.
Cash,
so
30 million naira in cash.
Stage, I want to present that sum of 30 million naira in cash.
So if there is anything like orphanage, if there is anything like that, at your discretion, please apply this amount of money to it.
You guys heard him. You heard the person there saying that no. That if there's any orphanage at your discretion, that they should take that money there. Guys, what do you think? Why are they giving him this money? Obviously, they said for his crusade. The pastor said, "Don't be poor. In today's economy, it takes grace and a very comfortable life to say no to 30 million." Some pastors would have used grace to cover the government seed offering. So that's him saying that no, if there's an orphanage, let us know, and then you can use your discretion to put the money there. Why did he? Why like? Keep listening. Let me know your thoughts.
They are trying to, demonstrate hospitality, that this is their nature and all of that. The hospitality is very, very clear. It's the nature of and all of that.
And we really appreciate what he did in the state. And our governor, His Excellency Dr. Nasser Idris Abdullah.
So that's pretty much about that. There were he refused the 30 million naira. And I think there's a better place they could spend that money rather than giving it to a church. Like, I don't know why they think giving that money to a church is the ideal thing for them to do. With that being said, let's move on to other news.
Because
you guys remember that Baba Tinubu was asking the Oga Olopa that why have there not been any arrests? And here, this person here, General Christopher Musa, said that they have made some arrests. We've still not heard that. So this news was shared 2 hours ago by Instablog Niger. I don't know when they were going to arrive. So by Arise, so it was saying on Arise News that they have made some arrests. So let's hear, okay, because I think was if let's listen to where Baba Tinubu was asking Oga Olopa why there has been no arrests.
How come no arrest has been made?
And I don't understand the essence of the clap. I don't know what the clap was for. I don't know what the clap was for.
I expect there should be arrests of those criminals. Christopher, thank you very much. I watch your comments and I know you can't be tired of staying in the bush and Oloyede and Bashar. Thank all of you. But we need to keep our ears to the ground. Let's get those criminals. Let's get them out.
So you guys heard where Baba was asking that there has to be an arrest. So this Oga Olopa
because
so this General Christopher Musa is saying that there have been an arrest. So let's hear with our ears, okay?
it was not announced, this moment is not taking place.
Have you arrested anybody there?
The police has arrested a number of people,
right?
And actions have been taken.
So if arrests were being made, just like this person asked, why not publicize the arrest? You know what they do. If they've made an arrest or they've arrested people, why was it not publicized? Why has it not been shared in the news? This is audio arrest. I'm sorry. Why? Like people want to see how justice is going to be. Derived for the victims of Benue State. If you're sitting here telling us that the police have made some arrests, who are they? Why was it not televised? Why has it not been shared publicly? Guys, let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Keep listening.
Investigations ongoing with the DSS, the police. It takes a lot Because we're law-abiding individuals, so we have to be sure of what we're doing. And I think that's a critical aspect. But all the security forces are working together to ensure that this stops. You know, if you look at how did we get to where we are over time, you know, issues have been on ground. Small skirmishes have been going on because law and order is not there. Punishment has not been meted on individuals who have committed. A criminal is a criminal. Everyone who commits a crime should be prosecuted. That has not been done. So that is the issue. And this thing has been
But why
the
do you
one in
think it's
Benue.
not being done?
Well, I think
Let's move on there. So obviously, Peter Obi is still on Baba Tinubu's neck. So Peter Obi said one of the consistent principles of leadership is the willingness to make ultimate sacrifices and take a risk. A true leader does not make excuses or complain. He shows up. That was because Baba Tinubu cancelled. Like Baba Tinubu went to Benue State and he did not get to the area where that massacre happened. So what was the essence of his trip? He shouldn't have even gone in the first place. If he knew it was not going to get to where that atrocity was committed, he should have stayed put in Abuja or where he was traveling from. So, and especially in difficult times, while I do not advocate for our president to expose himself to monumental risk, I cannot accept the excuse that bad roads prevented him from reaching Yelwata. Exactly, bad roads that you were aware of, bad roads that you and your government are aware of, bad roads that the governor of Benue State is aware of, and you're complaining to the citizens that you were not able to get there because of bad roads. What does that speak of you as a president? What does that speak of you as a governor? Especially after he had already made it. Exactly. So what was the essence of his trip to Benue State anyway? If you were not going to get to Yelwata, why did you freaking make the journey to Benue State? You should have sat your ass down where you were. It's just like you were meant to go to somewhere, and because rain is falling tremendously, you decide to turn back. Like, you're already there. Just make the bloody trip to the town. But he did not. Because of what? Bad roads. Bad roads. Are you not aware of it? Yes, you were. Was the governor not aware of it? Yes, he was aware. This visit happened days after the massacre with enough time to plan appropriately. But let's ask the fundamental questions. Who is responsible for fixing the roads, if not states and the federal government? If the commander-in-chief cannot reach a part of his own country due to bad roads, what hope is there for the ordinary Nigerian who plies those same routes every day? Leadership is not about comfort. It is about sacrifice. It is about standing with your people, especially in moments of pain and tragedy. You cannot abandon your citizens in their hour of need. You don't offer excuses when action is required. Even if we accept that the roads were truly impassable, which they are not, as presidential aides and staff managed to navigate them, what happened to the use of helicopters? Oh, are we saying a nation that boasts of a presidential air fleet could not elevate the Wahala, could not leave the president to Yelwata to condole with grieving citizens? Well asked question. The people of Benue did not need protocol or explanations. They needed empathy. They needed presence. The roads may be bad, but what is worse is the institutional neglect that brought us to this point. A new Nigeria cannot and will not be built on excuses. It will be built on the sacrifices, courage, and responsibility of true leaders. A new Nigeria is possible. I agree with what Peter Obi said. Let's listen to the president's excuse of not why he was not able to get, like, hear it from his mouth yourself.
I aborted my visit to Yelewa because of the rain, flood, and bad road. Particularly seeing the ruins and the carnage on camera is hard enough to keep a decision.
So you guys heard there, he cancelled because of the bad roads. And yeah, this is him telling us that the value of human life is greater than that of a cow. Like I said, guys, I don't know if you watched my live stream yesterday or maybe last week. This unaliving by Fulani herdsmen, this is not the first time it's been happening. This is not the first time it's been happening. In fact, there was a time, at least, I think Very Dark Man shared a video saying that the traditional, one of the Fulani elders, one of the Fulani herdsmen was saying that we already paid your traditional rulers to bring our cows into your farmland, to go and ask your traditional rulers why we are in your cities. So it's not as if all of this unaliving is just happening. So for Baba to now start be saying now that the human life is great, is not greater than that of a cow. Why are you saying this now? Like I said, this is not the first time this has been happening. Before the Uromi 16 happened, before that incident happened in Uromi, people of Uromi has been complaining about all the atrocity being committed against them by Fulani herdsmen. Nothing was done. Nothing was done. And there's been other places in Enugu, Anambra, like even in Delta, there's been lots of Fulani herdsmen issues there. There's a page that I follow on Telegram, and guys, if you see the kind of images that these people send of how Fulani herdsmen are taking people's lives, or more, I could not watch. I'm thinking of even removing that Telegram page from my phone because the images were gruesome. So this talk that eventually led to what happened in Benue State, it's been happening for decades. What has been done? What has been done? Nothing. But yeah, Baba is saying that the value of human life is greater than that of a cow. Go and say that to the Fulani herdsmen because they are not listening. They are not listening.
The value of life, human life, is greater than that of a cow. And it's only when you open the door for conflict that political enemy will come in. Political enemies, they don't want you to succeed.
Political enemies, who are they?
Have you just realizing that? Governor. No matter what I do, they will still abuse me.
We don't care. That's normal. We abuse our president. We abuse our prime minister here in the UK as well. Has anyone been arrested because we are abusing our president, our prime minister here? No. If you hear how Scottish people will be slagging the prime ministers here, nobody has been arrested because we were slagging prime minister. So how is that even an issue for this president? That people don't like you, and of what use is that to what you're saying in Makodi? Of what use is people not liking you? What has that got to the fact that you were meant to go to Yelwata but you could not go, and here you are in Kaduna, you're saying people do not like me? It's normal. Even people who are not in politics, at times we don't like one another. So I don't know how this is an issue for our president. Like, sir, I'm sorry, that is not a bone of contention. But guys, keep listening.
Yeah.
Guys, like the live stream.
I read paper every time and listen to television whenever I have time. Just like watch who are abusing me and what time.
Sissy, I didn't see you. When did you come in? Sissy said, who is this sexy red-haired number 5? I tried to come with a red-head to come and do wowlens. How are you, Sissy? How are you? How's everything with you? Thanks for coming. It's too early to be pressing our neck. I beg, let me press neck. Blessing our early morning people, they wake up. Let us be pressing neck. Let's press the neck. How are you, sis? How's your Friday going? Sissy said, good morning, working and listening. Happy Friday. Oh, all right, okay, no worries, sister. Thanks for being here. Please like and share. Please like the live stream for me, guys.
Type of abuse. And learn lesson from some of the political ones too.
Exactly, see it.
Because I can't see it all.
You can't see it all. That's why you have governors. That's why we were told that it's like how much million is it that they use to buy paper? There's a budget of a certain amount of millions that has been budgeted for newspapers to be delivered. So you can't read all, but you have governors. You have all of these people that that you have. I'm sure you have telecommunications officer or whatever. I'm still mad at the fact that this incident happened on Friday, and our president did not come out to talk about it until maybe 3 or 4 days after. Like, no news channel. It was only one very dark man. In fact, most of the videos that were being used by even these news channel agencies were that of very dark man. Were those of very dark man.
And it's from the mouth of my critics that I will, okay, that is what you do. I'm the president. I won't do it. I will preempt you. So you are a failure. You just spoke. Me.
let's move on. Baba doesn't know what he's saying. So obviously, Daily Faro team said it would have been better if Tinubu didn't visit Benue. Exactly. Human rights activist and lawyer Daily Faro team has stated that it would have been better if President Bola Tinubu had not visited Benue State than to visit the state and remain unfeeling towards the plight of his people. Faro team said the only person who said anything of note during the president's visit to Makurdi, the Benue State capital, on Wednesday, was that thief, that man who said that come. This is not about land grabbing. There's a stronger issue on ground, and I must give it to that thief. That was the Tor TV James Ayase, who described the attacks as a calculated, well planned. Exactly, that was the only man who actually spoke about the plight of the people of Benue. And Baba was just sitting down there. He was gosmark when that man was, I was actually going to talk about that man there. Thank you, and I saw this post. He was the only man who described exactly what the problem was. Who described the attacks as a calculated, well-planned, full-scale genocidal invasion and land-grabbing campaign by either terrorists and bandits. He said exactly. He said it as it is.
Not everybody will.
That's where he was still talking about people not liking him. We don't care. We don't care. So this is a man that I felt who absolutely spoke about the struggles of the Yeleweta people.
Quickly talk about the summer prevention. We do have great concern about the mistake with your neighbors. What we are dealing with here in Benue is a kind of you have extended to the governor of Benue State. His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinth Umemalia, the people oriented. I must quickly talk about this.
I think that's a short version. Let me see if I can find the full
All right, so
obviously the people of Kaduna, I want to find the full video of that thief, that man that was actually talking. He was the only person that talked sense. He was the only person that spoke sense. I don't know if I can find the video. I can't find the video now, but yeah, you guys already know that you saw him there. He was the only one who spoke greatly about what the people of Benue were actually going through. And with that being said, guys, I'm rounding up, but there's a video I actually want to play.
Let's begin what's trending.
There's a video I actually want to play. I saw it. I think I need to delete some stuff on this page that I've saved up. It's about something that's actually been happening. Obviously, we've seen some celebrities saying that, Cubana chief, my president, make that order now, end public grazing. The level of damage done is brutal. This man just has to stop. Feed your cattle in your ranches. Benue people, sharpen your sword. No grief for anybody to buy you to defend themselves. To defend yourself, no be crime. And people are already saying that was a wrong move. That people should not say people should go and be, protecting themselves. But if worst comes to the worst, people will have to. People will have to. I'm trying to look for that speech. And the people of Kaduna are not happy. People of Kaduna, they are not happy at all. They are like, nope. Nope, 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 nope. I want to find a full video of this man. Is this a full one? No, that's not the full one.
Because I knew I was going to be coming on your program, I was compelled to listen to watch the video from Benue. So I was compelled to listen to the president. I listened to the governor, and I heard the compelling words of the tortilla. And I must say very quickly that it would have been better if the president didn't go.
Exactly.
The only thing worthy of anybody's time are the words of the tortilla, who spoke extensively to the reality of the situation in the Benue Trough, and spoke eloquently to the pains of the victims. Other than that, all the president had to offer were mere windows into his own preoccupation and what truly concerns his aides and assistants. In 2018, February, when Buhari went to Dapchi, you would recall that they ensured that they went with the red carpet so that when he came out of his limousine in Dapchi, he could step onto a red carpet. In Benue, they knew exactly what was of importance to the president, so they ensured that they put out the necessary theater in preparation for 2027. The death of over 200 people did not count for anything much. They were mentioned probably only in passing. You would have been excused for thinking that it was a political event, and the president did make it sound as if the problem was a political one that should be resolved politically, even though I thank the tortive for ensuring that in spite of the comical clapping that revealed a Kafkaesque dystopian reality in our society, where in spite of the fact that over 200 persons have just been brutally murdered and burnt in their homes, persons could still find the idiocy to be clapping over everything and anything, almost in a manner that even challenges one's sanity. But that's where we find ourselves, unfortunately.
You guys heard that. So I think I must have found the video that I was talking about. Let me find that video and then I will share one more thing and then we shall round up. Okay. Let me refresh this page. I think I'm missing some of the stuff that I saved.
I have grave concern about the misinformation and misrepresentation of the security crisis.
That's the man that looked Baba in the eye and told him exactly what Baba was supposed to know, not what Baba was telling us.
In Benue State, Your Excellencies, it is not herder farmers clashes, it's not communal clashes, it's not repressor attacks or skirmishes.
Exactly.
It is this misinformation that has led to suggestions such as remain tolerant, negotiate for peace, learn to live with your neighbors. What we are dealing with here in Benue is a calculated, well-planned, full-scale genocidal invasion and land-grabbing campaign.
Exactly. That's the issue.
By herder terrorists and bandits, which has been on for decades and is worsening every year. Wrong diagnosis will always lead to wrong treatment. So we are dealing with something far more sinister than we think about. It's not learning to live with your neighbors. It is dealing with a war.
So you guys heard that. That was the only man that from all those who spoke that I knew spoke better. With that being said, there's a video that Harrison Gwamishu shared this morning. And I think that's another problem, an issue that actually Harrison has been speaking about, and nobody seems to be, it's not gaining the kind of attraction. It's not gaining. Hello, Sister Natsu, welcome. How are you? I just saw that video there that you posted and I've just played it. So there's an issue that Harrison Gwamishu has been discussing about how some people are being arrested under the pretense that they are police officers. And Harrison has been saying this since for a while, and it's not gaining the traction that it should be gaining. People just found that their family and loved ones are missing. And then you now go somewhere, you now find them there. They are not actually being held in police station. They are not actually being held in prison. They are being held in a facility that has got nothing to do with police station. It's so disappointing. But this is one of the videos I saw this morning. I'm like, okay, I'm going to play it here and let's listen.
All right, good morning. My name is Harrison Gwamnishu. Last time I posted about
Hello, sis.
Anambra civilian security outfit, the vigilante. You know, I told you guys they have illegal detention facilities in Anambra State. All right, the police came out to defend them and said yes, it happened before, and they cautioned them, blah 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 blah, and then that they don't have such thing again. And I also brought evidence of my allegation. I brought it out to the public, brought out a video where someone assisted me to video the cell, and also people detained in the cell. Until today, the police or the security outfit have not come out to say I'm lying or the stories are fabricated. All right, I want to put it to Anambra State government, Anambra Police Command, that the vigilante in the state, they have private cells where they keep people without them going to court, and it is illegal.
Can you imagine private cell where they keep people without going to court? So I would imagine that they will probably be allegedly be taking money of those people so that they will release their people. Do you guys hear that? This happening in Nigeria
is illegal. I don't know I don't know what Anambra State government is practicing, but it is illegal. All right. Now, I got this message from a lawyer. A lawyer sent me this last night. All right. I'm going to just take time to read it and see the content. Let me just summarize. Now, on the 30th of May, a woman, the husband, 3 children were arrested by Udogachi. See, today, nobody knows why this family were arrested. Now, the wife is heavily pregnant. She's heavily pregnant with her children, with the husband. They are detained not at the police cell, not at the SS facility, not at the civil defense or military base or anywhere. They are detained at the vigilante office at Lion Base in Oka. They looked for them everywhere. They could not find them until...
Can you imagine? Harrison said they've been looking for them. They could not find them until...
the uncle went to Oka, went to Lion Base, and he saw them with his 2 eyes. This is what the lawyer sent to me. You can go through it. So, I wish to call the attention of Anambra State government, Anambra State Police Command, you know, to the illegalities being perpetrated by these guys. I give them kudos to whatever they are doing, the jobs they are doing. But if the evil you are doing supersede the good you are doing, it means you are doing nothing.
Exactly.
You know, because the bad thing you are doing will always cover the good things you are doing. And this should be investigated. Please help me tag the Anambra State government, His Excellency Governor Soludo. He may not know what is going on, but this is the reality on ground. He may not know. He may not know. The Commissioner of Police Anambra State, I sent him one of these stories before. He didn't get back to me. Just have a law where who gave you the power to a vigilante to arrest suspect, keep them in the cell for almost 1 month, 2 months, 1 year without handing over to the police. Which power are they working with? Or which constitution are they working with? Is Anambra State another country of its own? So these are the issues. All right. So this man, they are still detained. All right. So I wish to tag everybody involved, everybody, authorities in Anambra State, for them to look into these crimes being committed by these civilians at security outfits.
So you guys heard that. I don't know how that is being allowed. Okay, I don't know how that's been allowed to happen in Nigeria, but it definitely has to stop. It definitely has to stop. How can you arrest somebody? You don't even carry them as a vigilante. You don't even carry them, go police station. Let the police deal with the case. But you now carry them, now take them to a private prison. Like, what is a private prison? If you're a vigilante, you arrest somebody, you should hand the suspect to the police. Let them carry out that investigation. But if you're not keeping them, you're pretty much maybe kidnapping them, and that is absolutely wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Anyway, guys, I think this is where I'm going to call it a day. I've been here for an hour and a half. I just thought I would come discuss that issue that, you know, what we started with, that Lagos is not tribalistic, and it is not a matter of Yoruba people, you know, liking Igbo, or Igbos being tribalistic, or Yorubas being tribalistic. If that is happening, like I said, sorry that happened to you, but it is based on individual experiences. It was, however, that person's, their landlord's experience that shaped their decision that they don't want to let to an Igbo person. And also our Baba Tinubu, so many things. I'll be sure, no worries at all. Things are going on in Nigeria. We all heard people with different opinions on how to sort Nigeria. I just feel that this issue of Fulani herdsmen, things has to change. Whatever that needs to be changed, that needs to be done. I don't know, because obviously Very Dark Man is telling us that they know that the government know who these people are, and that the government knows that they are bigger than them, hence why they will not be able to do. In fact, before I even go, there's a video by Very Dark Man that I wanted to share with you guys that says that they are bigger than us. That they are bigger than us. I found that video on Very Dark Man's page. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I think let me quickly play that video before we go. That they are bigger than us. These people.
Nigerians, I want to show you something so that you understand what we are facing, right? Now, I didn't want to make this post because I don't want to cause panic within Nigerians, but the way the thing they go, with just few more states, will be completely, totally surrounded by the herdsmen. Just few more states. So I need to understand how deep this insecurity don't finish this country. Do you understand? So pay attention. Now, this is a diagram of the Nigerian map. On this diagram, you will notice some red circles. This diagram will show us the attack that Nigeria has suffered since 1997 to 2015 alone. Now, from the map, you will notice these red circles. These small circles represent the amount of people where we don't lose for those regions. The amount, those small circles represent 0 to 30 persons. And the big circle represents 120 to 150 persons. Now, if you notice, these red circles, they across the whole Nigerian map, apart from one place. And that one place now, KB State. This was between 1997 to 2015. Now,
are you guys listening?
States, they don't attack. But guess what? In present day, they don't attack KB State multiple times. This news now, just this year alone, multiple times they have been attacked. That's number one. Now, let's quickly go to the kidnappings where it don't happen across the whole 36 states, so that you can understand how messed up our security day and how surrounded we are. Now, if you notice this map again, this is a Nigerian map. You can notice this red. This one a kidnapping where don't happen between 2022 and 2023 alone. Just 2022, just in the space of 1 year. In the space of 1 year, so that you can understand. Now, look the map where you go see say states like Zamfara don't suffer over 700 persons were kidnapped. You go see Kaduna 690. But the one where you go notice we say all the states where they for our map between 1 year they kidnap person from there. So we are pretty much surrounded. Do you understand? Now let's come back to Benue State. This thing will happen for Benue State, no start today. At all. 2018 alone, there was a mass burial in Benue. This protest where youth come protest now, they don't protest time before, they don't burn tire. Do you understand? So it not just start today. So this one go beyond just fights. This not be fights. This not be say people they drag land. There's something going on. Now, this is how you know that there's something going on. Let me bring you to the map of Nigeria, and you will now see the place that have been affected. You see the area that have been affected. Then you notice that slowly, and just few places remain. They don't take over. Let's start with the northeast region. Yobe, Borno, Gombe, Adamawa, Taraba, Bauchi, all these places.
They catch me.
All decide for the northeast region. Herdsmen don't attack them. Now let's go to the northwest region. Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, Kaduna, Zamfara, all these places. KB, all these places. They don't attack them. Now, these people they come down. They don't enter the northeast region, and they already they dominate the northeast region, because Plateau Jos, they see the attack up to today. Benue, they see the attack up to today. But guess Nasarawa, they see the attack up to today. Abuja, they don't attack. Niger State, they don't attack. Kwara, they don't attack. Kogi, few reports of attacking Kogi. They go down. They go down. From Benue State now, Benue State takes you to Enugu, and they have been attacking Enugu even just 2 days ago. Even as this Benue thing the trend, they attack Enugu. So they don't come down now. They don't attack Enugu. Ebonyi State, they see the fights there, and there have been multiple attacks as well in Ebonyi State. Now, Cross River State, there's a video that came out 2 days ago when Cross River people, they say Fulani must go. Abi herdsmen, but Fulani, they say Fulani must go, sha. Say that then they attack their people. Say they don't already carry out attack. You see, Abi? Do you understand? So they don't go Cross River. Now, very, very soon, after Cross River now, I didn't even talk, say, even Bayelsa, they don't enter Bayelsa. They don't knock Bayelsa. Edo people, they don't knock Edo states. So the states now where remain, where they never, Imo states have been accounts too. In Imo. Anambra State have also been attacked. In like 2021, 2022, they attacked Anambra, so they enter Anambra. Delta states, they never really get attacked like that. Edo State, they don't attack Edo State. Ondo State, they don't attack Ondo State.
Yeah, they've been in those states, yeah.
So the main states now where we say they never really get accounts, they never get scores. Now Lagos, Ogun, Oshun, Oyo. So you see the amount of states where remain, they don't even reach 7. So we are pretty much surrounded. Insecurity don't sink us deep. Like this, we are the mercies of herdsmen. So if we are not very, very careful, they could wipe us all clean. They are coming for us. They are coming for everyone. So when things like this happen, and they see a lot of youths, they talk, say, they don't fit come our state. May they try for here. May they try for here. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
They are preparing for everybody. They never just come. Wow. But they come. So you have to really be vigilant. They are coming for all of us. You have to be vigilant. And there's nobody to protect us. Because apparently, it seems like, say, even government no feel really do much. So we need to join hands with the government by protecting ourselves. If you don't want to organize vigilantes, we want to organize vigilantes. Even if not all made, we not make for the vigilantes, make the whole arm. Some people say, if they carry gun, now give all these communities, may they protect themselves. Say the communities, they'll go, they do highway robbery. They'll go, they buy people. Listen to me. If you calculate all the highway robbery where don't happen for this country, you know, reach one state where herdsmen don't buy. I would rather say they get highway robbery. Say they stop you, they snatch your car, they carry your motor, go. Than this herdsmen attack where they go on for Nigeria, where they'll go burn over 200 people alive, where they'll go do all these things, all these atrocities, all this barbaricness. I would rather say they snatch properties. So if you are scared, say, oh yeah, if they harm vigilantes, if they start with the let guns, if they do the problem, So Nigerians, we need to protect ourselves, else we will learn, and we will learn the hard way. Don't play.
All right, guys, you heard that. See, that was video I heard there, and I was terrified. I saw the things that Nat shared there, guys. Well, to be honest, Nigerian government should be protecting Nigerian citizens, and as it is now, based on what Very Dark Man has said there, it seems it's only 4 states they've not actually entered into. I think he mentioned they've not entered into Ogun State, they've not entered into Lagos, and maybe a couple of other states there. At some point, they will. At some point, they will. And just like I said, they've pretty much surrounded the whole of Nigeria. And how do they intend to get them out? How? How are we supposed to protect ourselves if Nigerian government are not protecting us as their citizens? I heard that governor, one of the officers, there saying that they need to fence. What is fencing? Is fencing going to prevent these people from coming in? They're already in. You need to figure out how to get them out. How many more lives are going to go before you start doing that? At this point, I'm tired though, and I'm terrified. I'm terrified because as it is now, every other country, diaspora, all of this America, those countries, they have their own shenanigans that they are dealing with, and now it's like each country to their own. You have issues in your country, you deal with it. We're not coming to help you. That's pretty much what is happening now, guys. You know what? I need to go. It's been a long morning, and like I said, guys, just be very, very vigilant, just be very, very careful. And also, my condolences still goes back to the people of Benue State. I hope that will never happen again. And the arrest they said that they've made, we are still expecting them to publicize the arrests. Okay, they said they allege that they've made some sort of arrest. Let them publicize. Let us see the faces of those who have been arrested. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna go right now, and hopefully, I think I have a video that is dropping in about 2 hours. Please, once you see that video, please kindly engage with it. And yes, our Igbo people, if you're an Igbo person watching me, no hate for you, it's all love. And if you're a Yoruba person watching me, no hate, it's all love. Whatever tribe that you are watching me, no hate, all love, but don't come and be using religion to komilomi obeje, because that will not work. Yes, I've learned my lessons, and yes, I'm not going to go back on my decision. With that being said, I'm going to end this live stream. And if you're watching this live stream again, please like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you've not yet done so, share this video. Do not hesitate to join my membership. My membership is just a way of you supporting my channel to say, that mom of 5 years doing a great work. Take this $20 or take this $10. It's just a way of supporting me. And also share my videos. You can never tell where these videos will reach. You can never tell what impact the videos could actually make. Yes, I might be here rambling, but you can never tell what impact this video is going to make if you share to the people around you. With that being said, thank you so much and have an amazing Friday wherever you are. Guys, I'm about to go sit in the sun. We are expecting 24 degrees today. It's currently let me check. It's currently 23. Woohoo! It's currently 23 degrees. Guys, let me go. I've got my armless. I just need to grab my bag, some sunscreen, and then I'm ready to go. Guys, see you later, and don't hesitate to join our live stream at 7 p.m. where we are going to be discussing what are we discussing? We are discussing that Chief Nwanya, who passed away last year, and his will was recently read. I think his will was read on the 19th of this month, and his young widow of, I think that is something, there's a clause. So he willed some things to her, and there's a clause that if she remarries, she will forfeit all he had willed for her, or he had willed to her. His union to this young wife produced a son. So all that was given to this wife is going to be forfeited if she decides to remarry. Guys, let's come and discuss. Because me, I don't even, when I saw that post, I was like, no, this man is no, it shouldn't be. Guys, if you're available, join me 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Let's discuss this case. All right, catch you later. Bye.